that The Apprentice is back. Well, I don't know if the TV show is back or not, to be honest with you. I haven't seen it in about 20 years, but that way of holding your phone out and screaming into the speakerphone seems to be back in vogue again, doesn't it?
Yeah, it irritates me. Big time, you know.
Well, it might irritate you, but on the plus side, we all get to be part of the conversation. You get to shout things like, "That's your hemorrhoid sorted, Mr. Smith." And the death stare that you get from people when you do that, it is just so beautiful. If you've not given it a shot, do give it a shot. It's a wonderful hobby. You know, when people are putting their phone calls on speakerphone, join in the conversation. And talking about joining in the conversation, last week, pancakes were flying around everywhere. We were asking what your favourite topping is. We'll find out about your tippy-toppy favourites after this one from Amy McDonald. It's Mr. Rock and Roll on a wee natter. Hope you're having a fantastic Sunday evening and pretending Monday doesn't exist yet. Amy McDonald calming us down before we get into the very serious, hard-hitting topic of what is your favourite pancake. I know it sounds very BBC local radio, but last week it was Pancake Day. There is a video in the works that will be shared with you very soon where you get to see me attempt to make some pancakes, and it's an experience would be the term I'd use for it, if I'm completely honest with you. But in the build-up to it, we thought I'd ask you what your favourite pancake topping is, and you've been getting in your droves, haven't you?
Well, I'll just tell my favourite topping that I tried. Well, I don't know if it's my favourite, but it's the first one I tried this year was marmalade. Marmalade. And I put a bit of lemon, that fat-free yoghurt. Was it lemon fat-free yogurt? I think it was lemon fat-free with the marmalade in my pancake.
Just to check, you're not a small 4-foot tall teddy bear that comes from Peru and wears a red hat. Just checking.
No, I thought it was quite nice because then I did the roll. You know, I rolled it up.
Yeah.
And you know what? It was quite nice.
You didn't smoke it? Smoking a pancake?
No. So marmalade and lemon yoghurt.
Ooh,
yes.
Very nice.
Yeah, so that was really nice. Anyway, Kate's been in touch. She had a bit of a laugh because I actually, on Sutty's pancake mix, we actually put a Slimming World magazine on as well because I picked one of those up. So it's quite funny seeing them both together. But Kate says she likes just lemon and sugar. And I do like a bit of lemon and sugar as well.
Now, you see, it's a classic that Stephanie also agrees with as well. And Kath. Everyone's on the lemon and sugar story, including Paul, who adds orange juice as well, rather than lemon. So it's quite staying in that citrus world. As somebody suggested last night, gravy is not as daft as it sounds. So should stress here.
Yeah.
On last week's show, somebody suggested that you put gravy on your pancakes.
That was Louise.
They are wrong-uns. I'm sorry. There is no other term for it. It just doesn't make sense. I know, especially if you're Northern, gravy it's like one of your 5 a day. You've got to consume it.
You can't have a dry chip.
You can't go a whole day without some gravy in your life. But putting on your pancake, I just don't get it. But Paul points out it's the same as Yorkshire pudding mix.
It is.
Milk, eggs and flour. So I don't know. I could go either way on it. But I'll be honest with you, I'm still in the no, I wouldn't do it camp.
I think I might have to stick a sausage in there if I put the gravy on.
That's just breakfast
Jennifer still, she's on the lemon and sugar, but her husband likes a bit of strawberry jam.
Ooh, very nice. Kathleen's a lemon and sugar fan as well. And Cheryl saying Jenny just has to do a taste test of chocolates in boxes, same as me, haha. Maybe she's eating them while getting some tips from the magazine. Great tunes last night. I lost part of the signal 20 minutes through, so I had to get it on Bow. Unfortunately, folks, if you're trying to listen on Bow tonight, I've just had a look. It's not playing ball, unfortunately. But yeah, there is always the option to catch up later.
Andy's saying we like blueberry pancakes with maple syrup and strawberries and the cream on top. He likes licking the syrup and cream. I do.
Blueberry, maple, strawberries and cream. It's like Wimbledon meets your breakfast there. It's a strange old combination. Hank's favourite would be strawberries, banana, peaches and baked apples. There was that many toppings. So the last couple of them have had a huge number of toppings. So you got the pancake and just topping. At that point, you've just made a really rubbish trifle, haven't you? And you've just got a pancake base on it.
Pancake base. You see, Marie's also one for lemon and orange juice with a little sugar as well.
Oh, yeah.
That's quite popular, that one,
Dorothy's going for blueberry compote.
Oh, compote? That's very posh, Dorothy.
Ooh, fancy word, that compote there, but I know what you mean. Claire's saying, it was a great show last night. Hubby and me listened. Had to feed our cats and ponies halfway through, though. You know, they don't set the clock. They just run with when they want the food. And it's got to be the classic lemon and sugar for us.
Yeah. How would you say this?
Ruby.
Is it ruby?
Yes.
That you were saying. Favourite? Oh, gosh. Clotted cream and blackcurrant jam.
Just to check, Ruby, you weren't thinking that we were talking about scones here, were you? Just thought I'd double check that one. Elizabeth was saying we shall have pancakes with fresh lemon and sugar. So back to the classic. And on a slightly different note, but staying in the food realm, if you are a die-hard fan of a wee natter, I know you've got the posters up there next to your Bay City Rollers ones in your bedroom. Well, you will know about our taste testing thing that we do. If not, this is complete news to you that we do a bit of a consumer advice section, especially in the run-up to Christmas, where we took a look at what goes on your Christmas table and we go, you know what? Mince pies, we need to make sure you've got the very best mince pies. Or we did Yule log one year.
Oof, never again.
That was a mistake where we went on a hunt to find the very best Yule log. It was, as much as you think it would be great to eat just tons and tons of Yule log, it was torture. I'll be honest with you.
They're too big. It feeds a family of 10. There was just me and you. I mean, I was struggling to get through Colin the Caterpillar Christmas edition of the Yule log.
So there is this whole thing that we do, and every year where we pick one food on the Christmas table and we make sure you get the very best version there. However, we may have mentioned last week that Jenny was trying to slip through chocolate as an option in the build-up to Easter, because I think you just want to keep trying food. I think you got into the idea of trying all these foods for a good reason in the build-up to Christmas. When, you know what? Christmas is so long ago. Can we bring the food stuff back?
Let's bring it back, I'm
getting hungry. Can we bring the food stuff back? And that's a little bit of a thing that you need to know while you listen to this little voicemail that Sandra sent us.
I'm hoping this is a wee natter.
It is.
There's a parcel on the way for you, Jenny, for your Easter tasters. And we've just had an item on the local news about the training track for the sliding team, which we mentioned last night on a wee natter. Apparently, it's the only push-start sliding centre in the country. Yeah. All the Olympic sliders train at Bath. And they have a track was opened in 2002. They've got a 35 million sports village with physiotherapists, sports scientists and trainers backing up the team at Bath. And apparently they were advertising for new recruits and they've already had 4,000 applicants so far. Okay, bye.
Thanks for that, Sandra. Yes, I should have known about the thing at Bath. I spent a couple of months living there on site, and I do remember coming across the bit where they train for the winter sports, you know, especially the downhill slidey stuff. How did I forget that? I don't know. Maybe I just blanked out and thought, you know, it was such a traumatic experience being in Bath. I needed to come back to the Midlands. Maybe that's what had to happen there.
One of those 4,000 applicants, are you, Mark?
No, I'm not one of the 4,000 applicants. Although, you know, if it had been a couple of months earlier, I was made redundant at the back end of last year. So, you know, it could have been a possibility. But she also mentioned a box that's arrived. Yeah. And it is a box of chocolate goodies, all sorts of Easter ones, that we will be trying out in the build-up to the big... I don't want to call it the big day, because the big day makes us think Christmas. But we'll be trying them out in the build-up to Easter to make sure you get very best chocolate. Thank you very much for that, Sandra.
Yeah.
It's got us off to a flying start.
I just want to say something.
Yeah, go for it.
I got home from work first and I saw the man had dropped it off near the plant pot.
Yes.
And I walked up the drive and my first thought was, oh my gosh, what's Mark ordered now? and I took it in and I thought, oh, it says Jenny and Marc. So I kind of opened up. I was jumping up and down, squealing like a schoolgirl. I was so excited to see all that chocolate.
You were blaming. So you were ready to give me an earful.
What's he gone now?
You were ready giving me an earful going, right, okay, you're in trouble, big man. What have you ordered? What have you spent our money on? And then you're just, chocolate. Yeah. Some of that will be appearing very soon on the show. Whether it's this week or next week, there is only one way to find out. You know that bit at this end of the song where he's talking like a robot? What do you think he says?
I know now, because you told me, but I would never have known. And I was telling everybody at work, listen, what do you think he says on this? And everyone's going, no, Jen, doesn't sound that they're saying that at all.
It's one of those where you go, no, that doesn't make any sense. And then you listen carefully to it and go, of course it is. It's not Mr. Blue Sky, as You probably think it is, dear listener. I thought it was originally. It's Please Turn Me Over. That's what he says. And it's a wee natter where the sheer mention of the fact that chocolate might be taste has raised comments on the live chat, including from Alfie saying, Cadbury's chocolate bar cream egg, not a fan, I'm afraid. Nothing like the real cream egg. Do you know what he's on about with the chocolate bar version where it's got bits of cream egg inside it?
Yes. I think I have tried that one, actually.
And are you not a fan either?
It's chocolate, isn't it? I don't mind it, to be honest. You know, I'll give a couple of bars a go. You know, I'll take a few off your hands if you got them there.
There's a reason we don't keep powdered chocolate in here, because you just get chocolate. So we don't do that. That would be a bad idea. And on the cream egg front, Cheryl points out one cream egg is not enough.
That's
it's got
true.
to be 2 at a time. And the reason for that
is... At the same time? What, you got one stuck in each corner of your mouth trying to bite the tops off?
What, like you're some kind of squirrel that's got the chocolate stuck in your...
Can you imagine it like little hamsters storing them in your cheeks?
That was not what I was thinking. I was thinking more along the lines of you don't want to fall over, so you have to keep one in each side so you stay balanced.
Yeah, they're smaller though, aren't they? They're a lot smaller than what they were.
I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, definitely true.
Are you sure it hasn't been that you've got bigger over time and you remember them when you were a kid and go, oh my God?
I'm sure they've got smaller, definitely small, and more expensive, obviously.
Before you know it, we'll be claiming that wagon wheels were the size of my face when I was a lad.
Yeah, they were. And the walnut whips.
Oh, and staying on the food front, you know when you get a packet of biscuits and it's got the little tear here bit to open it?
Yeah, I can never do that.
Why is it like halfway down the packet? Why is it not at the very end? And you end up with like...
and then the first 6 all fall out.
6 is closer to 10, right? And the problem is you can't just leave them lying there. You've got to eat them, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
So you end up eating the first... It's like it's tempting fate. So it got me wondering, and this is a little call-in topic today, what in life is just tempting fate? There's an interesting wee question, isn't it? And while you have... If you want to get in touch on that topic, my number tonight, call, text or WhatsApp, is 07367 85 85 47. That's 07367 85 85 47. And while you're getting in touch about what in life is just tempting fate, here's a request for Hank for Rod Stewart and Young Turks, which is A, an amazing song, and B, takes me all the way back to the days when I used to play Grand Theft Auto San Andreas for hours on end, because it was an amazing part of its soundtrack. Enjoy. During that song by Rod Stewart, Young Turks, I made 2 mistakes. 1, I looked up how long ago the song was from, and 2, I looked up how long ago Grand Theft Auto San Andreas was. Not a good idea. Let's just pretend it all happened in the last 5 years or so. And I've got to say, if you are a brand new listener, welcome to the show. It's always lovely to hear from you, including a message just seen from Peter saying, hi everyone. Hi Peter. Hope you're enjoying the wee Nasher experience. It was your first time. If not, glad to have you back again. And Jenny's given me a funny little look because she was going to mention something else, wasn't she?
Yes, it's Sylvia Goddard's birthday today.
Oh, we've got to play the song if it's somebody's birthday, don't we?
Yeah.
Only the very best for you.
Took me ages to learn that.
I thought the kazoo player died halfway through. I was ready to go, do we need to hold a little ceremony for them? It's a wee natter where not only are you making a decision between the 2 bests, there can only be one the best, but 2 the best. It doesn't make any sense. You know what we're saying, but we're also talking about tempting fate, and Vicky has been in touch saying tempting fate is going without a coat on a cloudy day. It is guaranteed to make it rain. And when you realise that, why do you always make that realisation when you're too far away from home to turn around, come back and pick it up, or too far away from wherever it is, the office or the doctors or wherever you're going, to just leg it when it starts raining?
Yeah.
It's always when you're furthest out that it goes, nah, you forgot your jacket today, didn't you? Haha. She also says one time you go out without a puncture repair kit is probably the time you get a puncture. Enjoying listening tonight. Oh, well, I think I'm with you on that one, although it has been a long time since I needed a puncture repair kit. Although there was someday when we were driving home tonight that may not have realised they had a flat tyre and was plodding along for miles, despite everyone going, you might want to pull over. Pull over. They're going, bump, 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 bump. I was ready to see a shower of sparks coming out at some point when the tyre just gave up. It was just riding on the rims.
Yeah.
One piece of feedback I occasionally get on this show is that I don't build Jenny stuff up enough. I don't sell your stuff enough. So we are going to talk about cues. Bring it on, Jenny.
I want to talk about cues just because we were talking about this on Sutty's page a couple of days ago.
All right.
We were talking about how the British love to queue.
We do have a penchant for it, even when there's no reason to be queuing at all. Although the one place we don't queue is at the bar. We'll all stand along the bar. It's a bit like at the hairdresser. Especially the hairdressers. It's a bit like when gentlemen get their hair cut at the barbers.
Yeah.
We all know what order roughly people came in.
Oh, dear.
Well, you memorise who's in front of you.
Yeah.
So that you know to go for your haircut at the right moment. So you're not singing order and shuffling up. You're just all sitting on a bench waiting for your shot.
You don't get appointments or anything at the barbers?
No.
No. Well, I just thought I would just have a bit of a chat about it because we love to queue so much.
Yeah.
Me and a friend one day decided that we were going to form a queue just to see if anybody would join us.
Oh, don't keep us in the suspense. Did anyone join the back queue?
Well, we was in. Can I say the place we was in?
Go for it.
Okay, so we was in Debenhams, and
hold on. You're in Debenhams.
Debenhams.
I assume this was before it closed down.
Oh yeah.
All right. So in that case, it should be a celebration then.
Yes, a celebration. Debenhams Derby we were in. Right?
As you do.
And anyway, we decided. Do you know what? Let's just stop. I'll stand behind you and see if anybody joins in. So my friend stopped. She stood in front. I stood behind her. We wasn't even next to a counter. We were just literally queuing in the middle of the shop just to add that little bit of a twist to it. Anyway, I'm not kidding. Within a couple of minutes, somebody just went and stood at the back of me. And then another woman appeared and says, "Excuse me, is this a queue?" And I was like, "Yeah," and promptly joined. Oh my God, so we thought, how long did we keep this up for?
It's her own fault. She didn't ask what the queue is for. She just asked if it was a queue.
Is this a queue? And promptly joined. Oh yeah, and promptly joined.
Yeah, it's a queue. It's not for anything, but it's a queue.
It was for nothing at all, no reason whatsoever.
The bit that's sticking in my head, Debenhams Derby.
Yeah.
I've been there as well.
Was you in the queue?
I was not in the queue. I built a radio studio there for an event. And even decorated a dummy up with headphones and the mic live light and all that sort of stuff to look the part for a charity event. And I hate to say how many years ago it is now. Although, how many years ago did Debenhams go under? Because it wasn't yesterday, was it? Maybe we don't want to find out. It'll just make us feel older, wouldn't it? This is one from the Full Monty, isn't it?
I think this is a remix, that version, wasn't it?
Nothing wrong with it. It was a catchy wee song, and it was a song that also won me a prize in a dance competition. Not because I was doing my best impression of the Chippendales and, stripping out and all waxed up and stuff like that, but because I was the only person who kept their top on when the song was played. It's only a couple of years after the Full Monty came out.
Yeah, it's a cracking film.
It's a cracking film. And talking about cracking, we are learning about different ways to wind people up. Because Jenny stands in random places and just creates cues.
I do.
That's what you do nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah, I do.
It's your new hobby.
Yeah.
And Alfie's been in touch to say, stand in a busy street, look up at the sky, point, and then see what happens.
That's tomorrow's.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, there's absolutely nothing there. Monica says, completely hilarious, Jenny. I must try this sometime.
It's just funny.
And funny how the sky comes back again. Hank saying you have the same effect when a few people are looking at the sky and then some people will follow and do so as well. Although Argonath's asking for a little bit more details from you. How long did you actually stand in your made-up queue for?
I'm going to say it must have been roughly for about 5 minutes, because then it got to that awkward part where, like, do you think we should disperse now or something? Or somebody shouts, sail over there, we've got the wrong counter, like you got the wrong platform for the train. I'm going to say about 5 minutes, and then we just wandered off. And when you wander off, it's absolutely hilarious, because you look back and your people are like looking gobsmacked like, what's going on? Do they know something we don't know? I said, they're still standing there. Meanwhile, you've gone.
Was it just the one person, or did you get a few other people?
Oh, no. I'm talking, it would have been about 10 people in this queue. And then you just walk off and you just look back and you just see the faces. They're all looking at each other and looking around thinking, what do we do now? It's hilarious. Sorry. They're just standing there with nothing in front of them.
And now imagine, not that you're the instigator that bottled it after 5 minutes, but now imagine that you're the person that's been standing in that queue right behind this Jenny and her mate.
Yeah. And
you realise this queue was an entire fabrication. It would destroy your world, wouldn't it? During that last song, we were just thinking, I may have bottled it when I was much younger, and I didn't follow through on the full Monty dance and to take my top off while dancing to I Believe in Miracles. But we can rectify that through a Wee Natter Plus, available on subscription, £10 a month. Don't seriously, it's a made-up thing. I think if we offered that as a subscription service, and if anyone actually bought it, that would be a disaster. So we're not doing that, but we'll bring ourselves back onto the topic of school discos. And why do you want to chat about that, Jenny?
I wanted to chat about it because I do follow quite a few Facebook groups, and one of them that I follow is my old school. So people kind of, have reunions and they tell stories about who remembers this teacher, who remembers doing this, blah, blah, blah. And the major event was always the school disco.
Oh.
Always, who remembers the school disco? And you talk about all the music you used to dance to and the clothes you used to wear and, the boys, what girls they liked, the girls, what boys they liked. And when I first started to go to the school disco, it would have been in one of the first year in secondary school. So you're talking about 11.
Yeah.
And it's what do you wear? Before you started to get fashion conscious and looked at how your hair was and everything at that time, well, for me anyway, 11, I didn't really care what I looked like, what I wore, what my hair was like. So I wore a bridesmaid's dress to the school disco. I thought I looked great. My brother got married and my sister-in-law chose lavender, like a lavender lilac for the bridesmaids. And it was just literally a lilac fabric with little like pinstripes down it, bit fitted round. We didn't have a bust in them days, did you? And a few square neckline with a few daisies on there. I put that on. I thought I looked absolutely fantastic.
Not realising at that point in your life that bridesmaid dresses are usually chosen to make the bride look magnificent. Despite what all her mates might look like, it's to make her look magnificent in comparison. Yeah,
and I'm just wondering, can you remember what you used to wear to your school disco? I even wore my bridesmaid shoes, little cream numbers that by that time was quite dirty really, but
used.
I just thought I didn't put, we had for the wedding little like flower daisies in my hair. I didn't do them. I thought, no, I don't do that. But do you know what? My bridesmaid's dress, I just thought, I thought at the time I looked great, but everybody took the mickey out of me, Mark.
Well, I got the mickey taken out of me just for existing, so, we're sharing an experience here, and my choice of outfit for the school disco was, of course, the lumberjack shirt combined with combat trousers and hiking boots. It was a fantastic combination. And if we are going to do school discos, I thought, let's play the most school disco song I can without getting ourselves in trouble in the process. It's a bit of Black Lace.
No.
Music Man. I'm keeping it safe.
The other one.
I can't believe I'm saying this with straight face. Music Man by Black Lace on a Wee Natter, not the Black Lace song Jenny was thinking I was going to play, which was...
We're having a gangbang, we're having a ball.
As used in the film Rita's Bob and Sue 2, I think it was.
And on Northern Lights as well. Hilarious film. Cheryl likes it as well.
But the problem is, if we played Having a Gangbang on the radio... I know this song is upbeat and poppy and things like that.
Yeah.
I think we would have just cancelled our own show in one foul swoop. In 3.5 minutes, just gone, nope, We're not on radio anymore. Never, and we would never give you allowed near the radio again. Although if we are talking about school discos, Kim W has been saying, I wore white stilettos to young farmers' dues. Ooh. I later dyed them black, which was fine till it rained. Then I'm guessing the dye just sort of
went off.
Ran out. Yeah. Alfie's pointing out my earphones are broken, so I've got a wee answer in one ear and the BAFTAs in the other ear. I can tell you which one I'm tuned into. Okay, now my wife's turned it off. But if we're talking about BAFTAs, Sandra points out some of her friends went to see Hamlet. Don't be confused with Hamlet.
Hang on, has the wife turned the BAFTAs off or a wee natter off?
Well, she's turned a wee natter off. He can't hear us. So it almost doesn't matter. He can either hear us or we can't. Oh. So we have to assume that he can.
Oh.
Because we can't hear us. We can't hear him talking about it. It's all very confusing, isn't it?
I'm confused.
But on the BAFTAs front, as Sandra said, a few friends went to see Hamlet and it was the most boring film they've ever seen, apparently. And it's just won Best British Film off the back of it. So, on that basis, we are going to take a VHS of this fine show because it's not just available on radio. We do it in vision as well with graphics and everything. We're high-tech like that. If we drop a VHS off to the BAFTA committee, do you think we'll have a shot at a nomination next year?
I think my queuing conversation will cinch it for us, if I'm perfectly honest with you.
Just imagine in BAFTA and you've got all these grand entries where it's like hundreds of people have worked on these shows and it's made by the big television networks and there's something put together with us with a few spare bits of equipment in the bedroom.
Yeah, can you imagine that?
Talking about making virtual queues up. Not even showing it, just talking about it.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, that's brilliant. Here comes the hot step. And before that, Vicky's got in touch saying, I remember dancing to I Am the Music Man at primary school discos and Agadoo as well. I'm guessing you didn't have the one Jenny was wanting instead, which was...
Well, Cheryl's putting it on a Spotify list promptly after the show. Which
was, I'm having a gangbang. That would have been a very, very strange thing, even in the olden days, to be playing at a school disco. And on a lighter note, mention of the BAFTAs has kicked something off. With all sorts of opinions flying around, including Alfie saying Sooty would be the star of the BAFTA. Sooty is our cat. I'm sure if we stuck her on the VHS that we submit to the BAFTA committee, maybe we'll do well there. And WAP has been saying my favourite actor is the shark in Jaws. Seriously, you're a big fan of Bruce. You've probably got Bruce on a poster and everything. Although famously, wasn't Bruce a bit of a, had a bit of an attitude? It was a pain in the backside to work with.
How?
Because he kept not working. He was mechanical.
Mechanical?
He wasn't a real shark. He didn't just go, all right, lads, we're going to film this Jaws film, right? Which is all about a shark attacking people in the water, right? We've got a shark. We've chucked it in the water. It's a bit hungry. Let's roll the tape. Let's go. Let's get in there, lads. Let's do it method. I don't think even in the days when Steven Spielberg was doing Jaws that he would have done something like that.
The Super Shunky Sunday Quiz.
A wee natter with Jenny and Marc Steele.
Indeed, it's time for the quiz that is so cerebral it consists of just one question and so high budget the prize is if you get it right or if you're a bit more like me. And this week we are going back to the 2010s with the Trivial Pursuit mini pack as I ask you which catchy children's song about marine life made an appearance in the Billboard Top 100. So that's the US Top 100 chart in 2019. Oh, that's a tricky wee one, isn't it? And when you realise what it is, I'm going to apologise up front for bringing this memory up. What catchy children's song about marine life made an appearance on the Billboard Hot 100 in 2019? If you think you know and you want to get your very own, or even, then you have to get in touch. Our number, it's 07367 85 85 47. That's 07367 85 85 47.
Is it Skippy the Bush Kangaroo?
It is not Skippy the Bush Kangaroo, I'm afraid. If we had told you that there was a Dire Straits track on the way, your latest track wouldn't have been top of the list, would it?
No, but I like this one. This is one of my favourites.
Oh, get you, eh? It's a wee natter where we've been asking you a very annoying wee song.
The Super Shonky Sunday Quiz.
A wee natter with Jenny and Marc Steele.
We were asking what catchy children's song about marine life made an appearance in the Billboard Hot 100 in 2019.
God, Stephen O's just coming. Never fails to make me laugh, is it? Is it Captain Birdseye?
Is it Captain Birdseye? Like off the adverts for the peas and the fish fingers and all that sort of stuff. I'm afraid it's not. However, Vicky has come in with the correct answer. But she's not the only one. Alfie saying correct answer. Argnath, spot on as well. Anel76, Daniel Leferi, Henk, and Arganath again.
Is it Flipper?
It is not Flipper. Nor is it Skippy the bush kangaroo. Nor is it Bagpuss. But it involves an animal. So if you think you know what that song is and you haven't had your very own ding-a-ling yet, you have a bit of time to get in touch. The only catch is you need to get your answer in before the end of this one from Taylor Swift. It's The Fate of Ophelia. As we go up market with a bit of Shakespeare on a wee natter.
I heard you calling Ophelia.
That's it, I'm afraid. Lines are closed.
The Super Shonky Sunday Quiz.
A wee natter with Jenny and Marc Steele.
We were asking about that annoying wee catchy children's song about marine life that made an appearance in the Billboard Hot 100 in 2019. And we've just had a situation with another, I don't want to say annoying, but kids song that made its way into the chart much earlier in 2019. So I'm afraid you get for the song in question. But shall we hear?
Yes.
To Bombay, a traveling circus came. They brought an intelligent elephant, and Nellie was her name. One dark night, she slipped her iron chain, and off she ran to Hindustan and was never seen again. Nellie the elephant packed her trunk and said goodbye to the circus. Off she went with
and she went very quietly and was never seen from again. Well, the song, maybe not the elephant. The elephant survived. The elephant had a very long, happy life. But the song was, thankfully, never seen from again. I'm afraid not the right answer to our question. To get there, you had to tell us it was a Baby Shark do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Now, this is the bit where if we do a question on the Super Shonky Sunday Quiz where it's about a song, we have to play said song.
We're not playing that one though, are we?
So get ready for Baby Shark.
Nah.
No, I'm kidding. Instead, we're going to go for a bit of Spandau Ballet. And to cut a long story short, that's probably a better plan, isn't it? Spandau Ballet, to cut a long story short, on a wee natter, where we come with even more BAFTAs news, as Sandra's informed us that William and Kate are at the BAFTAs.
Are they?
Yeah. Did you know I worked their wedding?
Yes, LBC.
Well, we're not supposed to mention the name.
Oh, sorry.
I wasn't on the radio. I
wasn't on the radio.
I was a techie person, and I got to spend the morning with a journalist, sat in a hotel room, looking after some equipment. I spent the whole morning reading a book I brought with me, because I'll be honest with you, not a big royalist. It's just not me. It's really, I get that some people enjoy the pomp of ceremony. I was there to work. So while the whole wedding was going on in the morning, I spent the whole time reading my book, just enjoying. I think it was Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep or something like that. It was a very sci-fi book, very well known. And it kind of blew the minds of all the journalists that were there from Japan and the US and things like that, who are all very excited for this big, great British royal wedding.
Yeah.
Why are you not excited by it? I'm like, I don't know them. You know, genuinely the wedding of people I don't know or care about. Why would I get excited about? And then I got to spend the afternoon with James Whale in a street in the middle of London, in one of the poshest, richest parts of London I've ever been to in my life. A, because they could close the road off and we could have a street party. And secondly, need to borrow some internet. So it's like, okay, I've got a cable here. We need to plug into your internet. Can we borrow it? Like, yeah, sure. Oh, I don't know where to plug it in. Could you come round and help? It's like, okay, sure, yeah. You let me in. I'll go plug it in for you. So you come round the front door. This door opens, and behind it is this grand marble staircase. Gold up the sides, glass elevator, all that sort of stuff. I'm like, geezy peeps, this is how the other half live, isn't it? This is not a council estate on the edge of Birmingham. We have gone up in the world doing this. We're covering the royal wedding. But anyway, that was a long time ago. And I suppose we better touch on something that didn't happen a long time ago. And those voice assistants that you get. The little, I don't know whether you call it Googles or Alexas and things like that. I better not say them too clearly, because if I say them, even if you're listening to it on this, I'll accidentally trigger them. Yeah. So got to be a little bit careful here, right? So those voice assistants, we've got one in our kitchen. And I'll be honest with you, it's a glorified kitchen timer. That is its entire use, right? So I simply go, voice assistant, count down 4 minutes. Very, very simple task. Count down 4 minutes. Do you know what I did?
What?
Take the volume down 4 notches. It picked up the word down and went, no, I'm dragging the volume down. No, I asked you to just count down 4 minutes. It is your main job. It's the reason you exist. It's the reason I pay for your electricity to keep going. And they say, all this artificial intelligence, all the robots and all the voice assistants are supposed to be the future. Yeah.
I always scrap with it as well.
You ever scrap?
I always scrap with it.
What, like round the back in the car park having a fight?
When I say, okay, blah, stop, and it doesn't stop. It just carries on, and I say, okay, stop. Stop it now. And I'll just have arguments with it.
Just to check, you don't beat it up, do you? It's not into something a bit kinky and it's waiting for you to hit it and then I go, oh, I enjoy that.
And I get a playlist going as well, and then it stops my playlist because apparently it's logged into your account and then you don't want to listen to my stuff while you're out walking, and all of a sudden I'll just get my playlist kicked off.
It's not that I don't hear it. What happens is it cuts into whatever I'm listening to. It goes, no, you can only listen in one place. You're not allowed to listen in 2 places. So it cuts my music off and I'm like, what happened there? So I hit the play button again and it cuts you off, and I get great joy from that. Why wait? And now the end is near. I did it my way. No, not that my way. It's Calvin Harris's My Way. On a wee nasser where it turns out we are not the only people that Alexa hates. Yeah. Me and you, Jenny. It turns out Alfie's saying, our Alexa hates me. And Cheryl says, our Alexa doesn't like me either. She never does as I say. Which is why when people talk about there's going to be this robot overlord thing going on, they're going to take over the world and they're going to ruin our lives and all that sort of stuff. I'm not worried about it, because if they can't handle a kitchen timer, how are they going to handle being able to do things like fix the roads, feed us, clothe us, run the electricity, all that kind of stuff? They'll give up. They just won't be able to cope. They will give up.
Do you think they'll start answering us back?
What, the robots and the AI and things like that?
So do you think that, yes, I was going to say that. Because can you imagine if they got the London slang, if anybody watches EastEnders and, you ask it to do something and it just basically doesn't want to do it. Well, we start saying, you slag, no, you slag, stuff like that.
Why would you call a robot a slag?
Because that's what you do, isn't it? That's what you see on EastEnders.
Are you telling me the entirety of EastEnders since it started in the 1980s, it's just been 2 people go back and forth going, you slag, no, you slag, no, you slag,
in between, leave it, huh?
No, that's when
I could write the script.
You genuinely think you could write an EastEnders script?
Yeah, leave it, huh? All right, bruv.
There's an interesting challenge for either for this time next week or for the next time. I know this is genuinely a thing. I know the BBC do a entry-level writers thing where you can write a script and send it to them and they go, oh, that's interesting, we'll hire you. Or, maybe not. We'll advise that you look into other opportunities. That's one of these things they do. Are you going to send in what they call a spec script? So one where you go, this is what I think an episode of EastEnders would be, and it's just going to be 28 pages, half an hour of television of you slag, you slag, you slag, you slag. And then you'll leave it out. I mean, you could turn that into a 3.5 minute record if you throw a beat underneath it. But I don't think you can stretch it out to half an hour of television. And I'll be honest with you, it's been a long time since I watched EastEnders. Admittedly, probably the last time I watched it, Wellard the dog was still in it.
I caught a glimpse of it the other week, and it seems that everybody's come back from the dead in it,
including Wellard the dog.
What's going on? Well, give him a chance. I think he'll be back shortly eating some Win-A-Lot or something. But I'm seeing people that I thought had died in it. Do you know what's going on here?
I'm just imagining the full sort of Phil Mitchell running around and all that. And then there's just this zombie dog just wandering the streets, going past the old Vic. It's just such a wonderful sight. It's such a glorious image. If you happen to know anyone at the BBC, or you happen to work there, you have connections into EastEnders world, let's make this happen. Let's deliver it. I don't want to make the AI do it. I want to see genuine EastEnders people do it. You know when you just can't get an image out of your head? My head is just imagining some very serious EastEnders episodes. And in the background, every so often, I'm struggling to keep a straight face here. Every so often, just in the background, you just see this zombie dog pop up. It's just a wonderful image. Just deadly, deadly serious, taking on the issues of the day, you know, big serious issues, and there's just a zombie dog popping up. It would just be so wonderful. We've got to make that happen. We've got to make that happen. And talking about television, apparently the chap from I Swear, I'm guessing that you're not talking about one of the guys in One for All that sung the song, I Swear, like the moon and the stars. I'm guessing it's the name of a show. Has just won an Best Actor at the BAFTAs, apparently. There's news hot off the wire for you. Yeah, there you go. And talking about news hot off the wire, remember Obama, Barack Obama?
Yeah.
Yeah, he went on a podcast and said that aliens aren't real.
Aliens are real.
Aliens are real. And then he very quickly afterwards went, no, I didn't mean like that. I didn't mean they're in like Area 51 or anything like that. Calm yourself down. It's just, we're the universe is a big place. We're probably not the only ones in it, are we?
We're not, no.
No, we're not the only ones in it. And I'm also thinking, hang on a minute, wouldn't he say that if it was true as well? Yeah, we're going to have a think about that. And a little bit of an update. We were talking about zombie dogs before we were talking about aliens. You know, this is a hard-hitting, serious, newsy show that we're doing here. And Jenny has just generated a picture through artificial intelligence. So I'm sorry if you're planning on buying some memory for your computer or you're planning on having some water in your pond. I'm sorry, it's been used to generate an image of a zombie dog.
It's Wellard. That is Wellard.
That's Wellard.
That's Wellard off EastEnders, Robbie's dog.
Wow.
I just asked it to make Wellard, Robbie's dog off EastEnders, into a zombie dog, and that's what's come back.
It's the right breed.
Yeah.
I don't know which one of the, was it 4 dogs or something they used in the end? It lived far longer than any dog should ever have in existence. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. You know, the television's quite hard to make with animals, but yeah. It does look like a proper zombie dog. I think it'd be funny. I still think it'd be beautifully funny. You're just having all these serious things. It pops up like that. And talking about... I've just seen a message pop up on the chat. How about a zombie Sooty? Sooty is our cat. Over one shoulder, zombie dog. Over the other shoulder, when they're cutting to the other person, zombie cat. We got it all sorted out. And talking about serious, that movie that I was mentioning, I Swear, apparently it's nothing to do with One for All. You know, the boy band.
Oh, yeah, One for All.
That's who sung it, wasn't it?
Yeah. No, I've never heard of a One for All. Let
me get this song out. We've got 2 versions of it. We've got John Michael Montgomery, which is the country version. Take your heart, I swear, by the moon and the stars in the sky. Or there's a band called All for One that did this a cover of the song, which is the one you probably know better. You're looking at me funny like I'm making up.
Did they do anything else, though, this All for One?
Oh, probably. But I can't remember them doing anything like that. But apparently the film has nothing to do with them. It's nothing to do with the song. It is a film about Tourette's.
Oh, right.
Oh, that'll be explaining all the clips I've been seeing on the short videos then about, you know, a guy with Tourette's and struggling through life with it. I'm sure very deadly serious. And if it's the one I'm thinking of, there are some lighter, funnier moments in it. but it shows just how difficult life with Tourette's is, especially in the days when Tourette's wasn't known about.
Yeah.
So I can see how that would, that makes sense of getting a best actor and things like that. And we're probably in trouble for making fun of that. So I do apologise. I just didn't know better. So to make up for it, I suppose we'd better stick this lot on.
I swear.
Nothing to do with the movie, I swear. Still a cracking wee song. All for one on a wee natter. And talking about swearing, Jenny is staring at the box chocolates that she will not be allowed to touch until next week. The only catch is, if we're not careful, she will go full Cookie Monster and just be and packets flying around everywhere.
I've heard, though, that the big eggs are $2.75 in Sainsbury's.
Not that you're counting down and looking for options, but you're counting down and looking for options on the chocolate. On that note, that's about it for a wee natter this week. I'm afraid we do have to say goodbye at some point. There are exposure limits we do have to stick to. However, there's one little thing we've got to do before we go. And it's probably the most difficult part of the show. Not just saying goodbye, that's difficult in itself, but deciding what we're going to call this show on demand. So when you catch up, and we'll create a piece of cover art to go with it as well. The little worrying bit is I've got to struggle to make the cover art. Thankfully, AI exists. The robots will create the cover art for me, but got a few options. One of them is The Apprentice is back, because we're talking about holding your phone like you were in The Apprentice and shouting into it and all that kind of stuff. Because it kind of became famous through that, didn't it? When we were all back when we all bothered to watch The Apprentice 20 years ago, whatever it was, right? Not the Donald Trump version. We're talking about the UK version. Another one is we're going to win the BAFTAs, and we just put footage of Sooty up. That's an option. And the final one is zombie dogs on EastEnders. Honestly, it shouldn't sound tricky. But when you compare all those options, they're all brilliant and wonderful. You got any suggestion about which way you'd go?
I'm not sure. What was the first one again? Oh, sorry, I forgot the first one.
Right.
Now.
The Apprentice is back.
Yeah, but nah.
We're going to win the BAFTAs. Zombie dogs on EastEnders.
Is it with the BAFTAs one or the zombie dogs?
And how do you choose between BAFTAs and zombies?
BAFTAs.
So how about we go for zombie dog?
Yeah.
Winning the BAFTAs.
Yeah.
I think we can make that one work. I'm not sure if the AI will be able to deliver our vision, but we'll find out the hard way, and you will find out when you catch up with the show on demand. Otherwise, we'll catch you same place next week.
From the cradle